It's been off the air for years, but our gang, also known as the Little Rascals, holds a special place in the hearts of many Americans. One of the most memorable characters was Froggy, a cranky little boy with a croaking voice reminiscent of a frog. This is his tragic story. Beginning in 1922, movie fans were entertained with a new series of comedy shorts featuring ragamuffin children, Our Gang. The brainchild of producer Hal Roach, the Our Gang series broke new ground by showing black and white kids playing together, something that wasn't always popular at the height of the Jim Crow era. Though the series still traded in some racial stereotypes, when Our Gang lampooned the KKK in 1923, it faced swift backlash from Southern theater owners. Despite this, the series proved to be a big hit. The series faced one big issue, though. Because it starred children, the filmmakers had to constantly find new stars as the old ones grew up. After Roach sold the franchise to MGM in 1938, the studio began auditioning new kids to appear in the Our Gang films, and in 1940 they found a potential star, Billy Laughlin. Born in 1932 to doting parents Charlotte and Robert, Billy Laughlin grew up with strabismus, also known as crossed eyes, which is a condition in which one's eyes are unable to line up. As a result, he wore thick glasses and was subject to intense bullying. To give him a boost of confidence, Billy's mother signed him up for acting classes and bought him a Popeye puppet. While playing with the puppet, Billy began developing a deep, gravelly Popeye voice, and it was this voice that would prove to be his ticket to stardom. While performing at one of his drama classes, Billy used his Popeye voice and was overheard by an MGM talent scout who thought it would be a perfect gimmick for one of the Our Gang films.
This is the happiest day of my life.
After a test screen and a positive public reaction, who thought that Laughlin's gravelly voice was funny, Billy was signed to a term contract for Our Gang. At just 7 years old, Laughlin made his debut with the gang in 1940 in the short film The New Pupil. According to Alcatron, in The New Pupil, Billy Laughlin's character was named Harold, but his guttural voice quickly led to his renaming. Since the gang thought their new member's voice sounded more like a frog than it did Popeye, they started calling him Froggy. Because the voice was so incongruous with the sight of a small boy, some fans suspected that it was an adult voice that was just overdubbed in the studio. But in fact, it was Billy's own Popeye impression. And the filmmakers put it to good use, having Froggy speak only occasionally to heighten the effect rather than wear it out. A perfect example is in the short Waldo's Last Stand, where the cast spends the whole film trying to get him to buy some lemonade, even secretly turning heaters on him in an attempt to make him thirsty. Finally, at the end, he delivers a single punchline to bring the house down.
I don't have no money, and besides, it's too hot in here.
Unfortunately for Billy Laughlin, he joined Our Gang when it was in its final stretch. Once Hal Roach gave Our Gang over to MGM, the quality of the show suffered immensely. As a result of declining audience interest, MGM ended up canceling Our Gang in 1944. Between 1940 and 1944, Billy Laughlin appeared in roughly 30 Our Gang short films. Ironically, one of his most famous was the very last Our Gang film ever made, Dancing Romeo, which centered around Froggy's infatuation with a dancer named Marilyn, and which allowed Froggy to speak the final line in Our Gang history.
Froggy. Dang, she loves me. Oh.
After MGM canceled Our Gang in 1944, Billy Laughlin appeared in just one feature film before he decided to conclude his acting career. In 1944, Laughlin had a cameo in the movie Johnny Doesn't Live Here Anymore, the only time he appeared on screen outside the Our Gang films, and one of the only times he ever used his actual voice for a role.
Don't you have a bathroom of your own?
Yeah, but with my pop, 2 brother-in-laws, and a sis in high school, we kids ain't got a chance.
After Johnny Doesn't Live Here Anymore, he auditioned for a few more roles before he decided he'd had enough and told his parents that he wanted to leave his acting career behind. According to Purple Clover, Laughlin left acting in order to have a normal adolescence and even took up a paper route. Unfortunately, the young man's wish to have a normal adolescence ended up being tragically short-lived. On August 31, 1948, while Billy Laughlin and his friend John Wilbrand were delivering newspapers on Laughlin's new motor scooter near La Puente, California, they were hit by a speeding truck while they were making a U-turn. According to definition.org, Laughlin's parents had gifted the motor scooter to him just 2 weeks before the accident. While Will Brand survived with minor injuries, at the age of 16, Laughlin became the youngest out of any of the other Our Gang actors to pass away. Sadly, he wasn't the only Our Gang member to meet an early, tragic end. Carl Dean Switzer, who played Alfalfa, was fatally shot at the age of 31 during an argument with an acquaintance over $50. Additionally, Robert Hutchins, who played Weezer, perished in an airplane accident during military training at the age of 19. And Norman Chaney, who played Chubby, also passed away young at the age of 22 after an operation. Though many of the Our Gang actors led long and fulfilling lives, the loss of Froggy and the others is a sad footnote to the beloved series. Still, fans can take solace in the fact that though the stars may be gone, their laughs live on forever in the movies.